Oh, snap. Welcome back to the Mystery Project on YouTube, on Rumble, the haunted side on TikTok, and the haunted side on X. Let's go.
You what?
Make it super confusing. Continuity issues. Who cares? We're here. Welcome in, everybody. Oh my goodness, so many things to talk about today. We got Mica Miller updates, so some JP Miller doing some crazy stuff. What else is new? Robbie Harvey put up a video talking about the crocodile rocks tape. I think, didn't he own a bar called the Crocodile Rocks or something like that? I don't know. Let's jump into it. And then Regina Ward did some more interviews. Then we're gonna talk about Leonardo DiCaprio getting heckled in Paris.
You what?
Quoi? Yeah, it's crazy. And then a little bit, like a little Gypsy Rose after dinner dessert kind of thing at the very end. So y'all, YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. TikTok, keep tapping the screen like crazy. Let's get 25,000 likes. Hit me with those bears so TikTok is happy and we'll keep spreading the word about the live stream, because you guys already know TikTok does not like true crime or basically anything. If you say something, TikTok hates that. They do not like people just being able to talk or voice their opinions or talk about anything that's happening in the world. Like, they want to see you dance and that's it.
How dare you?
Like, don't talk about anything else ever. Just dance and do their little and sell things to you. That's it. TikTok shop, dance, and that's it. That's all they care about. So y'all hit me with those little hit me with those bears. Hit me with them bears. All right, let's do this, y'all. Let's go. I'm gonna shrink myself down on YouTube and we're gonna start this thing. Here we go. Robbie Harvey talking about Mica Miller.
On May 7th, 2024, Robeson County Sheriff's Department ruled that Mica Miller had died by a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oh, Lord, and here we go. Entertainment and educational purposes only, TikTok.
The evidence was clear. She went to a pawn shop in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, then drove to North Carolina to a state park where she took her own life. But despite that investigation by law enforcement, many began to point the fingers towards her pastor husband, John Paul Miller.
He started taking medication for his mental health. He's been on schizophrenia medication for over 20 years.
And the accusations,
oh Lord,
started to fly. And a lot of those accusations turned out to be true.
It talks about a tracker being put on her car. It talks about her tires being slashed. It talks about this device being jabbed into her tires to let the air out.
Affairs, tracking devices.
Oh man, you crazy as hell for that.
And he just wouldn't stop talking.
This dude is nuts.
He came out and having a schizophrenic episode, and he said that the anesthesia that just came out was pretty good.
But now, maybe he's just talked a little too much. Because there's a new tape. And in my opinion, it's pretty damning.
Oh, hell.
Artificial intelligence was after her.
It's JP saying he thought Mica said that artificial intelligence was after her. What the hell?
As I said, Mica Miller died on April 27th, 2024. And just days later, on May 2nd, Pastor John Paul Miller had a staff meeting at Crocodile Rocks, a piano bar in which he was a part owner of. Yeah.
Oh, hell. Were they recording something in there? Aaron, thank you.
That's right.
Aaron, thank you.
A pastor, part owner of a bar in Myrtle Beach. Now, the timeline is very important here, because Fitz News is the one who broke the story of John Paul Miller's bizarre announcement he made on April 28th. That story came out on May 2nd. The next day, on May 3rd, I reported on the bizarre announcement video.
Before I make the announcement, I also want to say that my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next little bit, because I don't want to I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I don't want to have to worry about the church. My break may be a few days, a few weeks, I don't know. I got a call late last night. My wife has passed away, and it was self-induced, and it was up in North Carolina.
So that means this. Nothing was known about John Paul Miller at the time. Nothing was known about Mica other than she had passed away. We didn't know about Trisha Ross. We didn't know about Susie Skinner. We didn't know about him hitting women with his truck. We didn't know about affairs.
Damn, that's true. The truck thing is crazy.
We didn't know about tracking devices. We didn't know about slashed tires. We didn't know any of that stuff. At the time of this May 2nd meeting, all we knew was a bizarre announcement and the death of Mica. That's it. But it seems that John Paul Miller knew a lot.
Thanks for the follows, y'all.
And he reveals it in this meeting. Remember this July interview on News Nation where John Paul Miller blames me for witnesses not coming forward.
So they sold her a weapon, and then I assumed that she drove. She told one of her best friends. So far, the four people she spent the most time with every week, no one's interviewed or talked to those four people. And one of those people that I talked to told me that she told her 2 years ago, if I ever commit suicide, I'm going to
so outside the time to die. Dang it.
Go to this place in Lumberton, the state park or something like that.
Which friend is that?
I probably wouldn't want to name her because I saw this friend one time here in public for 30 seconds. And of course, Robbie S. Harvey, as usual, got somebody to take a picture and destroyed the girl's life, brought up her past and horrible things about her. So people are scared to tell the truth or to talk about the good things of Mica because of the social media.
John Paul Miller says a witness spoke with Mica, and Mica told her that she had plans to go to Lumber River State Park to take her own life. And Miller says that witness was scared to come forward because of me. Now listen to the May 2nd audio. 2 months prior.
And I just got out a few hours ago from somebody I talked to that Mica told them 3 years ago that she was researching if she ever did this, it would be in Lumberton State Park. I didn't even know she did it in the city of Lumberton system.
But it gets even more interesting. Remember, a lot of people have questioned the use of AI, fake phone calls. When the 911 call of Mica came out, friends and family immediately spoke up and said, that's not Mica.
It doesn't sound like Mica during the 911 call.
Yeah, just hearing her voice, it was not. I even went back on and listened to her songs and stuff to think, I know her voice did drop a little bit over this last year from a couple things, but
a couple things,
even that I couldn't. I just knew it just didn't. It wasn't her.
To be honest, I thought it was a crazy idea. I didn't believe it myself. And then I got my own fake phone calls. But that's beside the point. Remember, this audio was May 2nd. Artificial intelligence hadn't even been thought of at the time. Listen.
So she thought that artificial intelligence was after her, according to her text. She thought that I was going to lock her up somewhere and then do things to her mind. And so she left.
According to John Paul Miller himself, Mica believed AI was coming after her. And she believed that John Paul.
You what?
Why would you say that?
Was going to lock.
They even. He's even saying that this happened before anybody even knew what was happened.
Lock her up and do things to her mind.
So you don't have to stay in a abusive relationship, whether that's sexual.
But no, hell.
whether that
Sorry, all TikTok is mad as hell at this channel, so I got to make sure that we don't say words they don't like, which sounds really ridiculous, like we're in kindergarten again.
somebody forcing you to take illegal drugs or alcohol abuse or physical abuse, psychological abuse, making you think that this is all your fault, or you're a bad mom, or you're a bad wife, or you're a bad husband, or you're not giving it your all when you know you are.
Now there's this.
Oh, hell. About to get that bombshell right here. Y'all hit me with the bears. TikTok. Hit the follow button, too. And YouTube, let's get 100 likes. Come on, y'all.
Listen.
Hi, Montreal. Everybody says hi. I know. Go lay down.
To her words again.
Hi. Are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to
don't
kill
say
myself.
Oh, man.
And I just want my family to know where to find me.
Now listen to John Paul.
And she called the police. And she told the police, I'm about to kill myself. Can you find my location for my family to have my body? I wish they had said, like, no, or let's talk about it or something, but they said yes. And
he knows, almost verbatim, what Mica said in that call. Remember,
oh, hail.
Robeson County Sheriff's Department didn't announce the results of their investigation until May 7th.
That was
5
days later.
Days after this meeting. But somehow John Paul Miller knew the details of the 911 call prior to the results of their investigation.
They probably hadn't even released the 911 call.
she called the police. And she told the police, I'm about to kill myself. Can you find my location for my family to have my body? I wish they had said, like, no, or let's talk about it.
That is crazy.
Something, but they said yes. And,
So either one of two things happened here. Robeson County Sheriff's Department released critical details of an active investigation. Or
Mica had already appointed our sister Sierra over her email, her passwords to it, her Facebook account.
Whoa.
Mica had been keeping track of all of her abuse, wrote every affidavit that someone has given her or their testimony against what they've seen. For the lawyers, she had a huge binder already prepared. She had all kinds of journals. She was anticipating something bad happening to her.
First at 11, Solid Rock.
Man, oh man. That is pretty crazy. I can't believe he said that. That is nuts. Bex, thank you so much. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Come over to YouTube if you want to watch the actual video that we're watching. You can see it on YouTube. You can only hear it on TikTok. Thanks a lot, TikTok overlords. Y'all are crazy. The Mystery Project. This one's about Regina Ward, talking more about the FBI findings.
Church pastor John Paul Miller is out on bond tonight after he was arrested on a third-degree assault charge. Myrtle Beach police arrested Miller last night after a confrontation with a Justice for Mica protester outside the Market Common Church.
That we know.
Now, this comes nearly a week after Miller's home was searched by the FBI and 2 days after people were seen removing furniture from Solid Rock Church. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Edward Moody. Trish is off tonight. News 13's Adriana Lawrence tells us what
Edward Moody.
Miller's lawyers had to say.
That dude looks like the guy. Remember the guy that did on YouTube? He was like super popular like 20 years ago when YouTube first started off. It was like the chocolate rain. You know what I'm talking about? That dude looks exactly like that guy.
And how some believe this could impact Miller if he's ever faces federal criminal charges.
Stalking and harassment have been two words said many times now related to John Paul Miller.
Entertainment and educational purposes only. TikTok overlords.
Solid Rock and his late wife Mica, who died by suicide in April. Protesters have been
Lord have mercy.
outside Solid Rock for months, chanting justice for Mica, including Wednesday right before the confrontation.
They've driven the church to death, and they're trying to drive him to death.
Oh, damn. This is it right here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you can't do that.
This between John Paul Miller and one protester following him. The protester, Sandra Carone, told us Miller turned around, tapped the brim of her hat twice with his phone, and walked away. We spoke with Carone right after it happened.
I knew that I was within my right to defend myself because I did feel like my safety was at risk. But I did not know if I was going to get in trouble if I did.
At Thursday's bond hearing, Carone asked for a no-contact order, but the judge denied it. He did decide, though, to grant Miller a $776 bond. Miller's attorney, Russell Long, gave us a copy of
$776? That's an awfully strange amount.
the arrest warrant, which states the video doesn't appear to show the assault, but one witness says Miller did in fact hit her hat twice. Long says because of the protests, the church was forced to close.
Somebody's got to help John Paul Miller and the members of this church.
What?
You what?
Stop these people from harassing and stalking him the way they do.
Long says the city of Myrtle Beach has refused to address the, quote, harassment and stalking. He says the only solution he's given Miller is to hide.
If you feel like you're victimized and you call the police over and over and the police refuse to do anything for you, what can you do?
This is the exact question
don't put yourself in those kind of positions.
Gina Ward, the attorney for Mica's family, has been asking for months after Mica filed multiple stalking and harassment police reports involving John Paul. Ward says the U.S. Attorney General's office asked her months ago to turn over any documents related to her client, Mica. She says those documents are what helped the FBI get a search warrant to search John Paul's home recently. Ward says this charge may only be a misdemeanor, but it could impact whether John Paul gets bond or not if he ever faces federal criminal charges.
But at the end of the day, it sure is going to help this case going forward, and he might as well get used to it. We're not going away. We're not going away until he goes away.
I thought you said it was over and to leave him alone and don't go to the protests and anything. Remember, they came out of the damn settlement thing, and she literally said, stop going to the protests. The family doesn't want you to go protest anymore. What changed, y'all? I'm telling you, we got Mandela affected. If that didn't actually happen and now she's just saying something totally different, that's a Mandela effect for sure.
Ward says the FBI is asking victims to come forward as they continue with their investigation. She says you can reach out to the FBI or her office. We've also reached out to John Paul, who asked us to never contact him again. He's expected in court on December 10th.
Oh, hell. Man, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen with that one, y'all. A lot of craziness. Now let's talk about Leonardo DiCaprio getting heckled in Paris. Oh, Lord have mercy. Did he do it? Did he do it? All right, let's go.
Joining me now, celebrity and royal reporter Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, Leonardo DiCaprio has been heckled in Paris. He's been questioned about his attendance at a Diddy party.
Oh, man, you look crazy as hell.
Shame on you, Leo. You took a picture with paparazzi and you don't take time with your fans. Shame on you. And your friend is PDG. Very shame on you. Shame on you for PDD. Yeah.
He's not used to that. I've got to say, it looks ridiculous. Kinsey is wearing a mask in 2024. He should be heckled for that. His personal life has been in the spotlight for a number of years now, Kinsey, but his proximity to this Diddy scandal surely can only hurt his image.
Yeah, I'm going to give him credit here because he's one of the few celebrities that has actually tried to distance himself from the allegations, unlike everyone else who's just keeping their head down. A source close to Leonardo said that he hadn't had anything to do with Diddy for years. He never attended a freak off. So they specifically said he never attended a freak off and has
Oh, hell.
nothing to do with this case. And the last known photo of them together is from 2019. So, where's J-Lo? Where are all of these other people? At least Leonardo is like, nope, not me. I don't want anything to do with this.
Well, yeah, there were a lot of celebrities.
What do y'all think about that?
There's a lot of A-listers who've been at these parties over the years and who've been pictured. So you're right, he's hardly alone there and he's at least made some sort of a public statement. Now, let's go to Harry and Meghan, particularly Harry for this particular story, because there's still mystery surrounding whether he lawfully obtained a US visa after he admitted in his book Spare that he had used something that could disqualify an applicant from obtaining a visa. The issue is yet to be put to bed after a case brought against the Biden administration.
Oh, it's the Prince dude.
By the think tank, the Heritage Foundation, was quashed. The court ruled in favour of the Biden administration, stating that Harry's Department of Homeland Security records should not be released in order to maintain his privacy. However, the Heritage Foundation lawyers have now asked the court to vacate that ruling and allow the release of private correspondence between the DHS and the judge. Kinsey, what else can you tell us about this?
Uh-oh.
Well, that's the story. You gave me everything I got. The judge at some point received private information, private documentation from the Biden administration, and the Heritage Foundation is saying making that documentation private doesn't allow us to represent ourselves appropriately. It doesn't get, that secrecy.
But he wrote about all that stuff in that book. It's already known. Why would they want to keep something private that he wrote about in a damn book? Man, this is crazy as hell. TikTok, hit me with these bear things. Come on, let's crush that goal. That's the first one still. Come on.
Did not allow us to fight this case fairly. So they want to vacate that judgment, that prior judgment, and they want access to those documents. What did the Biden administration hand this judge?
Charlie, thank you. Wendy, thank you.
That potentially made, helped him steer him in the direction of the decision he made, which was in their favor.
Well, I don't understand how the court could have ruled in favour of the Biden administration about we can't release these Department of Homeland Security documents that might breach Prince Harry's privacy. He wrote about all this nonsense in his own memoir. He's talked about it in his tell-all interviews. What privacy are they protecting here? That in itself just seems absurd to me. But let's get back to Diddy.
Oh, God.
According to a complaint filed in February by Rodney Little Rod Jones, Sean Diddy Combs reportedly mandated that all his staff carry pink
Coca-Cola. Oh, Lord.
Found in One Direction member Liam Payne's body after his death. And in some cases, they were also ordered, Kinsey, to carry gummies. What's the latest on
bleep, 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 bleep,
the growing case against Diddy?
I mean, do you remember when they originally carried out these raids, Diddy was traveling and they approached Diddy. I mean, the officers found Diddy. He was not arrested, but someone in his entourage was arrested for having on them. So you hear this story. This is coming from Little Rod. This is one of the civil cases against him. You hear this story, and then you kind of put two and two together and realize one individual arrested that you were in transit with for having on them. This potentially is true.
Oh, hell.
Unlimited amount of civil cases, over 100 civil cases, some boys and girls. The story keeps getting more horrific, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Now, one of the young people that Diddy allegedly is Justin Bieber, and
Oh, hell.
he's reportedly considering a lawsuit against his business managers for mismanaging his money, squandering a large part of his $300 million fortune.
Why do these celebrities have money managers? It's like, seems like every single one of them does this. Man, you crazy as hell.
Surely Bieber isn't broke, Kinsey. He would have made a fortune. 300 million is not a small amount.
Yeah, I mean, he just sold his music catalog for $200 million. You know, his
He sold his music catalog for $200 million?
adversaries will likely argue that there will be that there was a period in his life where he was irresponsible with his money.
Y'all talk about her eyes. She does have some like she just drank like 6 shots of espresso, you know? She's like, I'm gonna do this interview.
And that he is to blame for where he's at. And there are reports that there's infighting within his team, whether to file a lawsuit or not. His current team,
Y'all 10 bears left.
Split. Some members want him to sue, others are advising him against it. I think that he's just kind of, and maybe the Diddy thing has something to do with it. He's wondering who was ever on his side, who really truly had my best interest at heart. Might be reevaluating.
You feel so bad because you look at some of the songs, some of his performances, and it was like he was crying out for help. Before you go, Justin Bieber's father, Jeremy, has come under fire for running an Instagram account where pictures of the pop star's 6-year-old half-sister, Bae, are being posted. And
man, you crazy as hell. That's Justin Bieber's dad?
Attracting all sorts of disturbing comments from men.
Man, that is crazy.
And what's going
Hey, we hit it. Thanks, y'all.
going on there? Why would he be doing this?
No 6-year-old in the world needs a Instagram account, especially in an Instagram account where they're, you know, in a bathing suit and in their little cheer uniforms.
Oh, hell.
A social media company, they took the analytics of her followers and they say 20% of this baby's followers are adult males. There are vile comments underneath some of the pictures.
Man.
Jeremy Bieber, get your you-know-what together. You were a horrible dad to Justin who showed up once he hit it big. You need to reevaluate what you're doing right now and pull your children off the internet.
Damn, she said, pull your children off the interwebs. That is crazy as hell, though. I can't imagine that. I cannot even imagine that. Here we go. Hope y'all are ready for this one. I hope y'all are ready for this one. Oh, man, it's been a minute. But we got some Gyp to talk about. Let's go.
Gypsy, why do you do this? Gyp, the amount of people coming out and saying that this DNA test is fake. Oof.
The DNA test is fake? The what? Oh, Lord, we haven't followed any of this lately. Y'all, by the way, this is Diva Spill on YouTube, pinned down in the description. Go check the channel out. Subscribe. Let's keep going.
Oof. We need to do something about that. We can't have that. You can't. No. No, take it down. We want that down. Take it down.
Let's dive into a story that's captivated a lot of attention recently. The mystery surrounding Gypsy's paternity test and the investigation led by content creator Nina. Gypsy.
Oh, hell. Is it did she actually do the test?
Gypsy's story seemed straightforward until it wasn't. Nina, known for her deep dives, decided to take a closer look, uncovering details that didn't quite add up.
Say she was taking a paternity test and she was taking an at-home paternity test. How do we even know
what? There's no such thing as an at-home paternity test.
What's really what? But I also looked up what is a sample of this test.
Can you do an at-home paternity test? It doesn't make sense.
This would be a sample of the test from there. I want you to look at this one more time, and we're going to go back and look at her.
From examining the origins of Gypsy's paternity test to analyzing its odd discrepancies,
there is? What the hell do you do?
Nina's investigation raised a lot of questions. So, how did we get here?
You just look at a picture of the baby and put it next to the guy that's the dad. You look like you could be the father.
Let's break it down. Gypsy had posted a paternity test supposedly from the DNA Diagnostics Center, DDC, a reputable organization, to substantiate her.
Oh, you swab and send it off to the. Okay, so it's not done at the house. You could do the. You can retrieve the specimen from the house and send it to the lab. I thought they're talking about they do it at the house, like they do everything at the damn house. Man, you crazy.
Claims. At first glance, this seemed like real proof. But Nina, who's not one to accept things at face value, decided to investigate further.
Here we go. Now, what I do find is odd about this is she puts this paternity test after she spirals on live yesterday. Not only does she spiral, she does that video of her trying to bait Ryan. That is so strange to me, right? Like, that's extra strange. Because I think a lot of people aren't even realizing that Ruby and her in that video were very similar. Like, so similar, it was scary. And it made me actually nervous for Ryan. Now, we also know Gypsy Rose is not really trustworthy, so can we really trust this test?
She dug into DDC's locations across the U.S., especially in Louisiana, where Gypsy claimed the test took place. Surprisingly, there wasn't a single DDC office in Louisiana, immediately raising a red flag. If DDC has
no
locations in the state, where did Gypsy take this test? Or did she take it at all?
I also think it's ironic
You took
that
it at home.
She allegedly went to lunch with Bree yesterday. After you go to lunch with Bree, you pop up with this result. Now, you know Bree is good with the handy-dandy rent-a-center laptop that she has, right? So
she called it a rent-a-center laptop. That's funny.
Do we think that maybe they could have did something? Because why do those...
Things only became stranger when Nina noticed that the address associated with Gypsy's test was in Ohio, not Louisiana. This discrepancy raised further questions about the test's authenticity. Why would a test supposedly conducted in Louisiana have an address in Ohio? To get to the bottom of it, Nina took things a step further, comparing Gypsy's posted test results to standard DDC samples. She found that Gypsy's document didn't follow DDC's typical format, lacking certain standard sections and the professional layout associated with official results. Nina then contacted DDC directly, and they confirmed that Gypsy's document did not match their usual format, casting further doubt on its legitimacy. If Nina's investigation is accurate, this isn't a minor oversight. It's potentially a calculated effort.
Where do they get these screenshots from, y'all? That is crazy as hell.
To create a specific narrative.
She's looking like a damn Pokemon that I'm trying to catch on Pokemon Go. Hold on, let me spin this ball. Oh shit, I missed.
Why present a document that doesn't match DDC's format and claim it was taken in Louisiana?
Paternity test not look the same at all. That's the sample.
Eric, what's up, dude?
Why does it not look like the same? And I also called and they said that the sample is the standard test, the way it would look. So is Gyp lying?
Each discovery added to a growing list of inconsistencies, making it seem like Gypsy expected no one would scrutinize the details. But Nina did, and now the story doesn't quite hold up. What's even more perplexing is the timing of Gypsy's post. Shortly after a chaotic live stream where she appeared to be spiraling emotionally, she posted this paternity test along with a video seemingly aimed at someone named Ryan. The timing of these events, the live stream...
Someone named Ryan. Yo, we need some dolphin action. Let's go.
The video, and then the test results almost suggests an attempt to shift attention.
Completely normal for people to go back and forth with each other in little tit for tat ways. Okay, we are not, I'm not going to say we're on bad terms. We're not on good terms. We're just on terms. So,
could this reveal have been genuine, or was it part of a broader strategy to control the narrative?
Who did it say it was on the paper? Yo, we haven't been following this case. This story. I have no idea Who did it say on the paper? When she posted it, who did it say? It says Ken. Okay, so we know it's fake.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Timing feels deliberate. Gypsy could have shared these results at any moment, but she chose right after a very public display of vulnerability. It's as if she
What happened on that live stream? She went haywire?
used the test reveal to steer attention away from her breakdown and gain sympathy. When sensitive information is released, timing can matter just as much as the content itself. And here, Gypsy's timing feels more strategic than coincidental.
When I seen the video, I was not jealous.
She lost all her... Did she really? Is this it right here?
I am happy for him. If he wants to go and dance with a million girls, if he wants to go to a club, cool, I'm happy. I don't care. Like, I want him to find someone and I want him to be happy.
But there's
Man, you sound crazy.
another twist to this story involving someone named Bree, a friend or acquaintance of Gypsy's. According to Nina, Bree possesses some technical...
Why do they do makeup videos with filters on? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of having a makeup video? That doesn't make any damn sense. Like, you wouldn't have to do anything. You just turn on a filter and be like, oh, shit, I'm done. Like, why do you... Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy as hell. That's like going to, like, Taco Bell and eating, like, until you're full as hell right before you go to Thanksgiving dinner. And you're just like, oh, damn. I can't even eat anything now.
skills, possibly the know-how to alter documents. Nina speculated that Bree, often referred to as the handy-dandy wrench, for her tech abilities, might have assisted in making Gypsy's paternity test appear authentic, or at the very least, convincing at first glance.
I seen the results are fake. Guys, people are now saying that Gypsy Rose has faked her paternity test. Not only is she faking her pregnancy, but now she's faked the paternity result.
This raises a significant question. If Bree did help Gypsy manipulate the test, then this story goes beyond Gypsy simply wanting attention. It points to a coordinated effort involving others to shape a particular narrative. Fabricating a test isn't something done impulsively. It requires planning and perhaps outside help.
No, Bree is good with the handy-dandy rent-a-center laptop that she has, right? So do we think that maybe they...
If Bree indeed aided Gypsy, it suggests that this wasn't a one-time lapse in judgment, but a calculated scheme to influence followers' perceptions.
Oh, hell.
Involving Bree not only makes this deception more complex, but also implicates others in a potential web of manipulation.
Don't they have to actually submit that test to the state of Louisiana because they're going to put the other dude, the first guy, what's his name, Ryan, they're going to put him as the dad anyways because they were still married? Or they are still married, I guess. I don't know. We stopped following this one. But doesn't she have to actually submit? So if she tries to submit false records on something like that, I'm sure that would be something that would not be looked upon very well.
Ultimately, the deeper Nina's investigation goes, the more unsettling the story becomes. It suggests that Gypsy's public image, carefully built over time, may rest on shaky ground.
Could have did something, because why do those paternity tests not look the same at all? That's the sample.
If the paternity test was indeed fabricated, and if she did get assistance from others, then this situation speaks to a larger issue of calculated deception. And that's
oh, Lord. Desiree, thank you.
Troubling for her audience, who may now be wondering where the truth really lies. But the twists don't stop there. Nina also uncovered a surprising link between Gypsy and a company called FakerBaby.com, which specializes in hyper-realistic fake pregnancy products, like fake baby bumps and ultrasounds. This connection threw another curveball into the story and raised even more questions about Gypsy's motives.
People are asking why Gypsy Rose's baby bump looks like it disappears in some photos.
So a lot of people believe that she's faking her pregnancy in the entirety. Now, for one, if you're not expecting to
Followers began noticing inconsistencies in her appearance, particularly in the size of her baby bump, which seemed to change noticeably from one video to the next. While
Oh,
some
hell.
speculated it could be due to camera angles, others wondered if Gypsy was going to extreme lengths to craft a narrative. The involvement of fakerbaby.com, if true, hints at an even deeper
Faker baby, this is crazy. That exists?
level of fabrication. If Gypsy is using
Man.
fake pregnancy products to create an illusion, then this is not just a matter of seeking attention. It's a deliberate attempt to sway her audience's perception in a calculated way.
exploit your child, you wouldn't exploit your pregnancy. Just saying. But she talks about going on Google a lot. And I know from being a hypochondriac when I was younger and from being just a worrywart with anxiety when I was pregnant, I would not look at Google. My doctors would even recommend me not look at Google. But here she is, looking at Google.
And with Bree's technical expertise and potential involvement,
Man, that
it all
picture makes me
suggests a
uncomfortable.
carefully orchestrated story designed to elicit sympathy, stir interest, and keep viewers hooked. What makes this story even more compelling is the timing. Gypsy posted the paternity test results immediately following a highly emotional live stream, where she appeared distressed, seemingly spiraling in front of her followers. Soon after, she released a video targeting someone named Ryan, with speculation running
Is this
wild
just
about who he might
replay?
be, a former partner, friend, or someone else. The timing of this video felt almost too convenient, as if the test results were meant to shift the focus away from her vulnerability and onto something else.
Diagnosing her neuropathy in her legs. As I stated with the whole leg issue, this is an issue with their chromosomal disorder. When you have rare disorders like this, things will come back up when you're pregnant or when you're getting older or when other health concerns come up. So FYI. And you know what's even weirder to me?
These elements, the emotional live stream, the questionable test, the timing, and Bree's possible involvement, create a web of intrigue that's hard to untangle. It's as though Gypsy crafted a story within a story, layering emotional moments and big reveals in a way
Oh,
that
well.
feels calculated.
He's an onion.
Was this all a ploy for sympathy and attention? Or is there something even
No, she's never done anything like Oh, God. She's never done anything like that before in her whole life to garner sympathy, attention, and trips to Disneyland.
more complex at play? As Nina continues to dig, she's revealing a pattern that feels like it was intentionally designed to mislead. If Gypsy and Bree were truly working together to manipulate documents and narrative details, then this story reaches far beyond a single paternity test. It calls into question Gypsy's
Oh,
entire
hell.
public persona, leaving her audience to
What public persona? Oh, God, that's a horrible pause right there. Screen pause, whatever the hell you call it. Damn. But what, like, her public persona is horrible.
wonder how much of her story was genuine and how much was engineered. This situation isn't just about one person's decisions. It's a web involving friends, followers, and fans, all caught in a tale of calculated manipulation. By bringing others into the story, like Bree, Gypsy may have taken her deceptions to a level that affects not only her image,
This is making me uncomfortable.
but also her credibility. As we continue to follow Nina's investigation, the story keeps evolving, pulling us deeper into
Why do people watch her put on makeup? Does anybody in here actually do that and be like, oh, these are wonderful tips. I'm going to utilize this during my next outing.
a narrative filled
Does anybody do
with uncertainty and questions.
that?
What's real? What's fabricated? And how many others might be part of this unfolding drama?
Is that she's like, I Googled it and it said X, Y, and Z. Why aren't you asking your stepmommy? Christy, is she not talking to you? She's scared of you? Or is she just tired of your shit?
I feel like if I started a makeup channel, y'all would watch that more than I'd be sitting there like, what you gotta do is you gotta pick a color that you think is gonna look good up on here. Yeah, give it a little stroke. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That was easy.
Let's keep going.
The story's depth only seems to grow, and Nina's investigation has become a journey into layers of intrigue, deception, and blurred boundaries between reality and performance. With every
I'm gonna try to do it, y'all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give what's his name, Jeffree Star. I'm gonna give him a run for his money. I'm gonna be Patrick Moon. Patrick Moon. I'm gonna be like, "What's up? About to do."
twist, there's a sense that this isn't just about Gypsy trying to create a compelling story for her followers. If Nina's findings hold, we may be looking at a carefully constructed illusion that's been shaped over time to evoke sympathy and perhaps even manipulate emotions on a broader scale. Let's not forget the strange coincidence of the timing. The emotional live stream, the pointed message to Ryan, and then the paternity test reveal that soon followed. It all feels like part of a crafted sequence meant to keep her audience captivated. Was it a desperate move?
It's content, yeah. She doesn't make content, so she has to invent content.
Move to regain control after the vulnerable live stream? Or was it planned as a way to steer the narrative and pull followers in deeper? Then there's the role of Bree. If she truly helped Gypsy with the technical aspects of fabricating a paternity test, then the story becomes even more layered. Bree's involvement suggests a level of planning that goes beyond impulsive actions. This isn't just someone in the spotlight struggling with their image. It's someone potentially pulling strings.
Hi, Dallas. I'm not gonna lie, this AI voice sucks.
Behind the scenes, willing to recruit others.
Like, it's funny, we can like make fun of stuff, but like I can't even pay attention. I can't even listen to it. It's so bad.
To shape how they're perceived by the public. And what about the audience in all of this? Gypsy's followers,
like, we watched this video for probably 10 minutes. I have no idea what they're saying.
Have supported her.
I just see something funny on the screen and comment about it.
Invested time in her story and believed in her journey. They've witnessed her ups and downs, and many have empathized with her struggles. But if Nina's investigation uncovers more evidence of intentional deception, then it calls into question the trust that fans have placed in her. What happens when the people who've stood by you realize they might have been led down a carefully constructed path of half-truths? For viewers, this story isn't just about Gypsy anymore. It's about understanding the boundaries between content and reality, and how much trust we place in the narratives shared online. This investigation raises the unsettling question: how many other influencers are curating their stories in a similar way, pulling viewers into fictionalized versions of their lives for the sake of engagement? With each revelation, the Gypsy saga transforms from a simple question of a paternity.
The TV turned into reality TV, and then reality TV turned into social media, and now social media is trying to turn back into TV. So they're trying to script everything out like TV used to be. We live in a giant circle of emotion. It's like fashion, y'all. The fashion keeps going on.
Paternity tests authenticity to a broader discussion on the power of perception, the role of social media, and the lengths some may go to maintain a carefully curated image. It's a story that asks us to look critically at the online world and be cautious of the narratives we buy into. We'll keep following Nina's
Amen to that.
investigation closely as she uncovers more truths and potential deceptions in this ongoing drama. For now, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this story.
Oh, hell, man, this is crazy. She's unbelievable. So it's not a real test, apparently? That's what people are saying? Not a real test? Makes sense. This is nuts. All right, I'm the hell out of here, y'all. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed early. I'm going to get some sleep. I can't handle it anymore. This craziness tonight. Unbelievable. Look for the Patrick Moon account. It's coming soon. Love you guys. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe before you go. Go watch some. Oh, never mind. There's not a marathon tonight on the haunted side. Just go over and watch some of the haunted side videos. I don't know what the hell happened, but the software I used to do that just wasn't working. So they suck. See y'all tomorrow.